targeting employers, workforce stakeholders, even educators, CTE teachers, directors, coordinators who come and they'll learn about apprenticeship opportunities in the hospitality field, in the healthcare field, also in other sectors like early child care education and teaching. Those are the non-traditional sectors. That's why it's called beyond the traditional. So often apprenticeship has been associated with construction trades. You know, my brick masons and carpenters and plumbers. However, in the recent decade, there's been a huge push towards advancing apprenticeship opportunities in healthcare and, you know, early child care technology and IT and that sort of thing. So basically what we're doing is exposing the community to these opportunities, letting them know what registered apprenticeship is, how we can help them develop the program, and we're really big on explaining the differences between an internship and an apprenticeship. And that's one of the things. That's one of the things that when I first started at the Institute about 2.5, going on 3 years ago, that's one of the things we've been big on. It always starts with education. When we're meeting with employers, we're educating them about what apprenticeship is, that it's not an internship. Apprenticeship is a paid job from day one. Apprentices learn on the job training through hands-on on the job training. You can't beat it. You cannot beat learning hands-on on the job. And then the on-the-job training is basically complemented by what we call related technical instruction. And a good way to remember related technical instruction is calling it kind of classroom training, that formal component that basically explains why you're doing what you're doing on the job, the theory behind it. So the on-the-job training is complemented by mentorship. So apprentices have to work at a 1-to-1 ratio, most of the time with a mentor. And your mentors are experienced individuals in the field. So they may be working if they're in healthcare and they're studying to be an RN, they may be working with a senior level RN as a mentor. And as the apprentice, as they gain skills, their rate of pay increases at a rate that's decided by the employer until, of course, they reach the end of their training term. The training term is set by the occupation, so it might be EMT, for instance. And I'm using EMT because here in Southern Virginia, the Danville Life Saving Crew was responsible for establishing the very first emergency medical technician program in Virginia.
Very cool.
So we work with them to develop that, get that registered, and they're on their 3rd cohort of apprentices. That's a 1-year apprenticeship program, perfect example of how healthcare can be used and public safety can be utilized in registered apprenticeship. And basically, with the apprenticeship program, the apprentices, they may come to work, 9 to 5, and they might go to class from 6 to 9 p.m. However that looks, and as they're gaining skills, their wages increase, and then ultimately they receive a nationally recognized portable credential that basically certifies that they are proficient within that occupation, so much so that they may be able to be a mentor for the next apprentice. Because the whole idea is cultivating that pipeline of skilled talent for a workforce, and it's specific to a company. Apprenticeship programs can definitely be customized to meet needs. We do have to kind of stay within parameters that are set within the USDOL, set by United States Department of Labor, to basically say an apprenticeship program in this occupation has this term length. All apprenticeship programs have to be at least 1 year long, but depending on the occupation, they can be anywhere between 1 year to generally 4 years long, occasionally even 5 years long. So, yes.
Now, are these students that are typically like coming right out of high school or community college, like, or could it just be any age?
They can be anyone. Apprentices can be as young as age 16, and there's no cap on age limit for apprentices. Basically, since apprentices are employees from day one, the company goes through their hiring process, their selection process, just like they would, they're hiring someone with experience. They may have different selection procedures and stuff, but because they're coming in kind of green, they may not know much. Apprenticeship is that way to get them to that skill level. So there are no age requirements unless the company decides to say, hey, you must be 18, or hey, we'll have you as an apprentice at age 16. In that instance, if they're targeting 16-year-old students, that opens up the door for youth registered apprenticeship. in a youth registered apprenticeship, their high school CTE courses can count as that classroom instruction component. Traditionally, if they're not in high school or they're an adult, the employer is responsible for seeking and determining where that related technical instruction will come from. That classroom instruction may come from a community college, it can come from a university, it can come from an online training provider or in-house themselves delivered by the employer. And trainings like the Milo 180 simulator, it can go to complement the on-the-job training or the related technical instruction. You know, an employer can say, oh, well, today we're going to go to NCI and we're going to spend 4 hours learning de-escalation training for the day. Or they can incorporate it into their related technical instruction. So
Very cool. Okay, so this event's coming up on November 19th. It's for employers to learn about apprenticeship programs and how they can use the de-escalation simulator at NCI to help their employees or apprentices learn about conflict resolution and de-escalation strategies. And I believe the deadline to register is November 15th, so it's coming up next week. And so if you're interested in registering to attend this exciting event, you can visit either NCI's website, newcollegeinstitute.org, or ILR's website, which is ilr.org, to get signed up. And we will be right back after a commercial break.
New College Institute is a premier educational facility for students, businesses, and the community at large. Expand your career opportunities by getting certifications in advanced manufacturing, technology, healthcare industries, and much more. NCI now offers GWO certified training in one of the fastest growing industries, wind energy. You can also earn your degree from one of our partner Virginia universities, all while staying close to home. Get started today and let New College Institute help you achieve your goals.
Start your day with a taste of paradise at Pacific Bay. Join us every Saturday and Sunday from 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a scrumptious breakfast. Don't miss out on our lunch buffet every Tuesday and Friday, 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Located at 530 Commonwealth Boulevard, Martinsville, Virginia. Call us at 276-647-8217 to make a reservation. Pacific Bay, where every meal is a celebration.
Welcome back. Before we wrap up our show today, we want to highlight some upcoming events happening at NCI as well as throughout the community. So Tori, do you have any upcoming events at ILR that you want to share?
Absolutely. So in addition to the November 19th event that we're doing in celebration of National Apprenticeship Week, National Apprenticeship Week is typically held November 18th through the 23rd, but we are having an additional celebration on November 25th from 8:30 a.m. to about 10 a.m. where we're celebrating apprenticeship excellence at our Extra Apprenticeship Awards Breakfast. We'll be celebrating apprentices in the area, employers who have extraordinary apprenticeship programs, and we'll be gathering for a continental breakfast. We will be hearing from a special guest, Nicole Overly. She is the commissioner of the Virginia Department of Workforce Development and Advancement, or Virginia Works for short. She will be joining us and saying a few words. We will also hear from a panel of employers with apprenticeship programs and who sponsor apprenticeship programs, employers like Southern Air, Spitzer Electric, Presto, and those sorts of employers who have experience providing and offering these learn while you earn opportunities, and also employers who they might be new to apprenticeship. Some of them might have had apprenticeship programs for over 50 years. Wow. So we're having a wide range of experience to provide our visitors, our guests, with the information to hopefully they can take something home with them and say, oh, well, maybe I want to add additional programs, or maybe I want to start my first apprenticeship program and apprentices. How can we better market and recruit apprentices for these opportunities? So that's what that event will be about. So that's November 25th from 8:30 to 10 o'clock at the Institute for Advanced Learning and Research in Danville.
Awesome, thank you. And earn while you learn. I like
That's
that.
right.
That's catchy. And Ben, any notable dates with the Academy?
Yeah, we've got a lot coming up. Tomorrow, we're working with you guys at NCI regarding our what we call the VR Access headsets. And this is the training headsets that we have, similar to the immerse training we're doing with Amilo. So we have that tomorrow. I think it's from 11 to 3. On Friday, the 8th, I'm actually teaching some local folks at the academy. Again, this is something else we do. We've got some citizens coming in from one of the local businesses that actually want verbal judo training.
Wow.
So that actually, I can teach you kind of how to talk to people, so to speak. All right?
Interesting.
Yeah, so de-escalation. So they're coming in to get that. And then I think it's November the 12th, we're going to the job fair in Chatham in Pennsylvania County. Now, we don't have any openings, but they wanted us to set up because they want people to know who we are and what we can offer. So we're going to go to that. The 18th, we got WDBJ7 coming in to do a spot with the Milo system. And then I think we got some graduations coming up too. So we've got our jail class is graduating November 27th at the college. And then we've got December the 12th, we're graduating what we call our Option 6, which is our fast-paced law enforcement program. And they will graduate there as well.
Very good. Yeah, you guys aren't busy at all. Well, these are all definitely events to check out, and you can find them on both ILR and prcjta.org. That's the Academy's website. There's always a lot going on at NCI, and we want to make sure that you know about some of our key events coming up. Later this week, Thursday, November 7th, the Garden Club of Virginia is hosting their annual conservation forum in the lecture hall. This year's theme is Restoring Our Ecological Foundation, How to Save Earth's Essential Birds and Insects. There's still time to register and get tickets. You can do that at gcvirginia.org. We also have 3 days of doula birthing training, as well as CPR and first aid classes. Next week, we also have our new club that we highlighted a few weeks back with Dr. Shanta. That's our Kid Wind club. Their practices are Mondays and Tuesdays. There's still a slot or two left if you or your child are interested in enrolling.